Centuries ago, a malevolent spirit began to haunt this ancient town. They say he always appears on the night of a full moon, randomly manifesting in the yard of a village home. He is tall, clad in tattered monk's robes, and his face is never seen. He just stands in the yard, swaying eerily like a tumbler doll, before vanishing back into the darkness. But there is an ironclad rule in this town. On the night of a full moon, you must never look out your window. And if you do see him, you must never let him see you. Otherwise, by the next morning, a scream will surely wake the entire town. This is the first case file from the Night Watchman's archives. The Vengeful Monk. You inherited an antique villa from a distant relative. You were thrilled. You decided to go see if you could find anything valuable to ease your financial struggles. Your car passes through a forest and stops in front of the old villa. You can tell it was once magnificent, but now it's just the hollowed-out skeleton of a giant beast. You push open the main door. The house is cleaner than you expected. Unnaturally clean. Portraits hang on the walls, and the eyes of the people in them seem to silently watch you from the shadows. But your mind isn't on that. For the money, you search every drawer, knock on every wall. The result is deeply disappointing. There's nothing of value. You're not ready to give up. A house this big must have a basement. The real treasures are always hidden in the deepest parts. But you search the entire house and find no entrance. Before you know it, the sky has turned completely dark. A pale, full moon hangs outside the window. You're a bit tired. You slump down by the window in a second-floor bedroom, looking out at the yard. And that's when you see it. A tall, hulking figure in tattered monk's robes is standing in the middle of the yard, his back to the house. His body is swaying left and right like a metronome. You jump. Instinctively, you're about to shout at the late-night trespasser. But the moment you open your mouth, the legend you read about online strikes your mind like a bolt of lightning. Never make a sound, and never let him see you. You immediately clamp your hand over your mouth, your heart pounding. You don't know how long it's been. When you finally muster the courage to look up again, the yard is empty. He's gone. You let out a sigh of relief and hurry downstairs to lock the front door. But just as you reach the center of the main hall, but at this moment, you suddenly hear some sounds. The sound isn't coming from the yard. It's coming from the kitchen. You spin around violently, staring into the pitch-black kitchen. In the depths of the shadows, the tall monk is standing there, his back to you. He's swaying eerily, and the floorboards beneath him groan in protest with his every move. He's inside. Your mind is a blank slate. Everything seems to stop, leaving only a silent standoff. The creaking stops. The monk has stopped swaying. He stands like a tombstone, silently in the dark, with his back to you. You start to back away, inch by agonizing inch, trying not to make a sound. But you still can't see a face, but you know. He sees you. You run for the front door like a madman, grabbing the handle, turning it with all your might. But it's useless. You're locked in. In desperation, you see the staircase to the second floor. You scramble up, run into the nearest bedroom, and lock the door behind you. You gasp for air, your ear pressed against the wood, listening intently. No footsteps. No swaying. Downstairs, there is a dead silence. He didn't follow you? And oh, he's right outside the door. Terrified, you back away, heart about to burst. You want to get as far from that door as possible. But as you're backing up, your ankle is snagged by something cold and hard, tripping you violently. You fall. You instinctively look back to see what tripped you. It's the bed. 2 legs in tattered monk's pants, caked in mud, are sticking out from under it, stretched across the middle of the room. They're what tripped you. The knocking continues. How? How can he be at the door and under the bed at the same time? The thought shatters your sanity. Like a cornered animal, you rush to the window, throw it open, and leap from the second floor. The impact sends a shockwave of pain through your entire body. When your vision clears, you haven't landed on the lawn. You've smashed through a layer of rotten planks and fallen into a dark, cold, musty basement. You struggle to pull out your phone. The beam cuts through the darkness. You are sitting in the middle of a large ritual circle, drawn in a dark, dried red pigment. The air hums with what sounds like the faint, overlapping chants of countless voices. Your light moves to the walls. They're covered in old photographs and documents. They're photos of your family, but on almost every single one, the faces have been violently crossed out with red X's. The largest and most prominent photo is of your great-great-grandfather, posing with a group of monks in front of a magnificent temple. Your light moves on, landing on the only photo without a red cross. It's your grandmother, the one who is currently in a nursing home, suffering from dementia. In a flash, you remember the phrase she would repeat endlessly. The basement. There's a pipe. The basement has a pipe. Basement? Pipe. She was trying to warn you about something. You frantically shine your light on the documents. The words on the page reveal your family's darkest, bloodiest secret. Your great-great-grandfather, for profit, united the town's powerful families to seize the temple's land, and buried all the monks alive beneath its ruins. The monks became vengeful spirits, cursing the bloodlines of every family involved. The red X's. They are the members of your family who have already been claimed by the spirits. Your grandmother was the sole survivor. And now, you've delivered yourself back to the origin of that hatred. You snap your head up, your heart nearly stopping. The tall, mountain-like monk is standing at the edge of the hole you just created. But he doesn't jump down. He doesn't even move. Then, something far more terrifying begins. A low, eerie chant, as if from 100 overlapping voices, starts to echo through the basement. The sound gets louder and closer. That sound, like cold steel needles, drills into your ears, pierces your brain, and churns your very soul. You clutch your head and scream in agony. But no matter how much it hurts, you stay within the circle, not daring to step out. After what feels like an eternity, the hellish chanting begins to fade, and finally, disappears completely. The basement is silent again. You shakily get to your feet, look up at the hole. The giant monk is gone. A wave of relief washes over you, and your grandmother's frantic words echo in your mind. The basement. The pipe. I'm in the basement. So what about the pipe? You instinctively look down, your eyes scanning the floor, and you see it. A small puddle of water, gleaming in the corner. The puddle isn't large, but it's slowly spreading from an old, dripping water pipe overhead. Your gaze follows the puddle to the edge of the ritual circle. The mysterious lines, drawn in that dark red pigment, have been dissolved and washed away by the water, creating a small but fatal break in the circle. That head-splitting chant, without any warning, once again, like a tidal wave, comes crashing back. But this time, the sound is very, very close. So is the story over? Perhaps. But for those who stare into the abyss, the end is often just another beginning. I am the Night Watchman. Whenever the long night falls, I will be here to open another forgotten file for you. That I wish you sweet dreams.